Hi guys, and welcome to my channel, Changing Phases Tarot. So happy to have you here with me today. Now today's reading will be the monthly reading. It's a general reading for the month of August 2018. And this is for all of the signs. For the reading, I will be using the Crystal Visions Tarot deck by Jennifer Galasso for the main 10-card spread. If I need to pull clarifiers, I'm going to use a new deck that I got and I'm very excited about. It's the Zillich Tarot. It's very pretty. It's sort of watercolors. It's by Christine Zillich. Hope you can see that. Sorry for the glare. So if I do need clarifiers, I'll be using those. And the oracle cards, I'll use the Soulful Woman Guidance card deck by Shushann Movessian, and also the Sacred Traveler Oracle cards by Denise, Linn. As I always say, these are general readings, so the messages may or may not resonate with you. The only way to get a truly personalized reading would be to order a private reading from me. If you're interested, you can take a look at the contact information in the description box below this video. But just briefly, you can use the INSTANTGO app. If you want to download the app and search me up on there, it's Changing Phases Tarot. You can email me at changingphasestarot@gmail.com or take a look at my site, changingphasestarot.weebly.com, where you will find pricing as well as the types of readings that I offer. Also, I would suggest that besides watching your sun sign video, it's a good idea to watch your moon and rising sign. That way, if some of the messages in one of the videos maybe they don't resonate as well this month, in the others they might, or by using all three together, you'll have a sort of more complete overview of what's coming up for you during this time period. And it's interesting how a lot of times the messages kind of overlap. A lot of the cards repeat in the different readings. So I would suggest doing that as well. All right, well, I will stop for now and see each of the signs in 1 second for the shuffle. Hi, Aries. Hope you're doing well. I'm here to get into your August 2018 reading. As you can see, I have already shuffled off camera and have laid the spread to save a little bit of time. So let's get started. You have at the center of your reading the Knight of Swords, and it is crossed by Major Arcana number 7, the Chariot. So powerful energy here with this Chariot crossing card, right? The Knight of Swords at the center. This is, air energy, and you actually have 1, 2, 3, you have four swords cards in your reading. And the suit of swords, it has to do with our thinking. It's the suit of the mind, right? Our rationality. It's where we come up with our ideas. It's also how we communicate with others, how we communicate our ideas. And this Knight of Swords, he's usually, I usually view knights in the tarot as sort of events, these events coming in. Yes, it could be a person when we have court cards, and you do have a couple of court cards here in your reading. So they, it can be actual people that are playing a significant role. So, if this is a person, then typically this would be more of a middle-aged air sign individual. So Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, male or female in these general readings. They're not gender specific. But, this is the energy of the Knight of Swords it's very fast-moving energy, right? And you can see that, he comes in here with his sword drawn. He's ready for action. He uses his intellect. He's very good at communicating. He has this sword of truth here. So he's very good at kind of cutting through, if there's something to be figured out, if there's a situation or if there's a problem, he's good at kind of cutting through the BS and getting down to, getting to what the main issue is. He is quick, it's quick moving, and the Chariot is also very fast energy, right? This is forward, it's powerful, it's forward moving. And with the Chariot crossing this, there could be something that might be coming to light. You might be finding out the truth about something. This could be something that, you're kind of rushing into. And I would say the only thing with this card is, on the negative side, the Knight of Swords can come across a little too brash, a little too harsh, because of his words, because he can, he's good at communicating, but at times his words can come across a little too brash, so be careful maybe with how you communicate something. But, the Chariot card is victory. The Chariot in the Major Arcana, it's you. You see that the woman here, she is controlling these opposing forces. We have the yin and yang energy here, the light and dark, and she is controlling it. She's only holding on with sort of one hand here, but even so, she is very much in charge of, where she's heading. And the Chariot card, it can be, movement. This can be movement across land, sort of physically moving from one place to another. This can also just be a card of victory, a card of, full steam ahead, forward movement. And with both of these cards, it's quick. So there could be something, there could be movement, travel at this time. There could be movement or something, finding out about something. And it's just quick, there's quick energy and kind of full steam ahead energy with the Chariot card. And we'll see how this plays out with the rest of your reading. And I did pull for one of the cards. I have some clarifiers, and I'll get to those in a second once we get to that part of the reading. So, Knight of Swords crossed by the Chariot. At the foundation, you have the Three of Cups. And the Three of Cups is a very happy card. This is a card of celebration. The Suit of Cups deals with our emotions, our feelings, our relationships. And in general, this is a card of, just feeling good, getting together with your friends, with your families, and it's spending time with other people. It can be as simple as, just getting together with friends and going out and having a drink, or going out and, meeting up for dinner or coffee. Or it can be, more of a significant celebration. Sometimes the Three of Cups, it's celebrating the news of a birth of a child, celebrating news of a pregnancy. Can be celebrating news of an engagement. This can be, even a wedding celebration, like a wedding, what is it called? Just lost the word. Like the wedding, not the ceremony, but the reception. Wow, sorry about that. So, it can be a more significant celebration with this Three of Cups. But, what's important here is it's the being together, it's the getting together with other people, celebrating something in the company of, these other people. So you might be, and this is what's at the foundation, in the deep past. In the recent past, we have the Six of Pentacles, which is, this is earth energy. And the Six of Pentacles is a very balanced energy, right? It's this, sometimes it's referred to as the mentor-mentee card, because there's this give and take type of energy with the Six of Pentacles. And Pentacles deals with, the material things here in the earthly realm. So, the money that we earn, it's our job, it's our home. It also has to do with resources, our resources and what are our resources. We can have our education, time, all of these different things that add into what our resources are. Pentacles can also be, financial prosperity, financial stability. And with the Six of Pentacles, there is some type of give and take. Sometimes this card, it can have to do with getting a loan, you going to a bank, applying for some type of loan. This can be a simple loan, just sort of a personal loan. This can be something bigger, like a car loan, or applying for a loan on a house, something like that. But it's or this could be some type of repayment of a loan. If you've lent money to somebody in the past, maybe now they're coming in and and repaying you. But it's this give and take. So if you are the one who has, if you're in a better financial position, this could be you helping out somebody else, and always keeping in mind that, if today you are in that type of position, tomorrow, who knows, you might be the person there needing somebody's assistance. So, always make sure it's that, the sort of cause and effect, this give and take. Make sure that you give when you're able to is usually, it's this giving, understanding that, at one time or another, you might need to receive as well. And it doesn't necessarily have to be money, like I was talking about resources. This can be, you can give of yourself, by donating your time. You can volunteer. This could be, maybe, and this is coming up in the recent past, you might have had some extra time. Maybe you've been, giving back, volunteering, at a community center, or helping out with children. I mean, it's over the summer, there are lots of camps, things like that. Maybe you've been, just giving of yourself to help other people. But in general, this is, I usually view it as more of a, you are in a better financial position here, so you're kind of giving of yourself or helping others, possibly with the Six of Pentacles. Now, crowning your reading, you have message from your higher self, the Page of Pentacles. So like I was saying, with the Court cards, yes, this could be a person. If so, this would typically be a younger earth sign individual, male or female, but Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. But again, I view the pages, the knights, really as, events. And pages are usually the bringers. They bring in the bearers of news. They bring in messages, right? So this could be news coming in of, of a tangible, this sort of manifestation, manifesting something new, but it's very tangible, right? So this could be a new job offer. This could be, a new way to make money. This could be news of a new project that's going to bring in extra money. But it's very much about, manifesting, really starting to see, kind of the fruits of your labor and seeing that tangible, something tangible coming in for you. It could be news of a new job. Definitely, this could be, I was just looking at her, she's playing. This could be something, maybe this is, even something kind of on the side, like a side job that is starting. You're hearing news about this side project that's going to bring you, additional financial, the sort of boost to your finances here. Now, in the near future, you have the Six of Swords. So, the more swords energy, again, this mental, cerebral, it's our thoughts, right? It's what's going on in our mind. And the Six of Swords, it's one of the two transitional cards in the Tarot, right? With the Eight of Cups, the Six of Swords, they're all about transitioning out of something into something else, leaving something behind in search of something, hopefully better, right? And this card, you can see that she has turned her back on, this situation here. She's dropping the swords and she is walking away, right? She's leaving this behind. This, in this deck, it doesn't show, like in the traditional tarot, there's a woman on the Six of Swords card. There's a woman in a rowboat with her child, and she's sailing away, right? She's sailing out of choppy waters into calmer waters. So there is this, the sort of the meaning attached to this card is you're leaving a difficult situation behind, heading into something that's going to be better. Which, again, there could be something to do with travel. We have the Chariot card, the Six of Swords. I usually associate it with, traveling across water, could even be traveling overseas. And then with the Page of Pentacles, whatever this new thing is, this news coming in related to something, very tangible, financial, new job offer. I think that, this is what's going to give you this push, from something that might have been a little more difficult into, it's going to be smoother sailing from here on out with this Page of Pentacles and the Six of Swords. Now, you in the spread, you appear as the King of Swords. Obviously, this is not your energy, right? You're a fire sign, and this is air energy. So again, this would typically be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But, you are appearing here taking on the energy of this King of Swords. And, he is, if we think of, the suit of swords, and we have seen a couple of the swords cards here, thinking about the suit of the mind, the using your intellect. He is, as the king, he has managed, to master this particular suit. So he is somebody who is very logical, He's, very good at using his mind. He's very rational. If there's a situation that he has to do, a problem or a situation, he's very good at, just cutting through everything, seeing it for what it is, using his intellect, communicating very well. He also has, this beautiful sword of truth here. He's very truthful. He's very fair. He's very honest. So, there might be, as you are possibly with this new offer, if there is some type of movement, whatever this is that's going on with you this month, it seems as though you were taking on the energy of this King of Swords and just kind of, facing it, sort of attacking it head on, but doing it very well, just being very rational, organizing everything, in a very sort of methodical way. He's very good at figuring things out. So that, this might be, and jumping ahead to what's going on around you, I feel that I think this is what's needed, right? You need to keep this clear head, this clear mind, because what you have in your surroundings is Major Arcana, the Tower. This is card number 16. Now, before everybody, yells and screams and turns off the video, let me just say that, and I did have on one of the other signs, I can't remember which sign it is, but they also had the Tower card. And I explained the Tower card exactly how I'm going to sort of explain right now. And I did have somebody leave a comment saying, no, the Tower is always negative. Well, I don't read the Tower card necessarily as something negative. Yes, the Tower card, it looks pretty scary. Let's look at it again, and basically, what does it show? It shows, a very unexpected event happening. We have this lightning bolt striking the tower, and the tower's crumbling away here, right? It looks quite daunting. It looks quite scary, but if we look at the tower, maybe the foundation down here was not that solid to begin with. Maybe if the tower had been this very strong and stable and sturdy and, tower, when it got hit by a bolt of lightning, it wouldn't have crumbled into the sea here. So, it's kind of that thinking that there was something wrong to begin with here. The tower was not as strong as it could have been or should have been. So when I look at the Tower card, to me, it's a very unexpected event that comes in. Yes, it usually comes in to kind of shake us up, and yes, after a Tower event, our lives are very different. It's kind of like nothing is, the same after the Tower. But having said all that, it doesn't mean that it's negative. If we look at here, so, maybe there was a job that, in the past, you weren't that happy there. Maybe the money was not that great. Maybe at the time you didn't kind of, see a way out of that job. Maybe at the time it was all that was available. It was all that you could, it was the only job sort of available for you, but you weren't necessarily happy there, but unless something drastic were to happen, you would probably have just, kept doing the same thing and working in the same place, feeling unhappy, but, kind of going along with everything. But if, for example, a big tower event were to happen, say all of a sudden they downsized at that company, you got laid off, they cut your hours dramatically. Yes, it's a very dramatic situation to deal with, but it's all about how we, sort of, not how we perceive the tower, but how we deal with the tower. It's our attitude towards that event that really is what defines, this tower moment. So, if you sort of view that as, okay, well, I really wasn't happy in that job anyway, and, if this hadn't have happened, I probably would never have left it. So, thank goodness, now I can actually start looking for a job doing what I really want to do. That's a very drastic, example, but it's kind of like that. So I think that, this tower, whatever this tower situation is, it's kind of like maybe it's pushing you towards this, okay, you know what? I'm done with this. I've had enough. I'm walking away, and I'm sailing into calmer waters here. And so maybe to deal with this tower situation, that was where I was going with my thinking here, is that maybe you need to have this King of Swords. It's very, very sort of clear cut. And because if we were very emotional dealing with the tower, then, maybe we wouldn't be able to handle it as well. Maybe if, we were like, oh my gosh, it's the end of the world, No, but if we have this King of Swords, you're taking on the energy of the King of Swords, you're viewing it very rationally, very, it is what it is. Okay, this happened. This is how I need to deal with it. And the cards that came out as clarifiers, I pulled cards from oh gosh, what's the name of the deck? It's a new deck that I'm using. I did mention it in the beginning of the video. Oh wait, I just found it. Sorry. It's the Zillich Tarot. That's what I'm using for the clarifiers. Anyway, you have the Ace of Swords, which it's a repeater card. I haven't shown you your overall energy for the month, but your overall energy is the Ace of Swords. So we have that as the clarifier. So Ace of Swords followed by Ace of Cups and Major Arcana, the Fool. So, what is this tower moment? It's a brand new beginning that's going to bring in clarity, right? You're going to have, there's victory here, but it's a new start. It's a fresh start. You gain a new perspective. You gain clarity on a situation. And it's something it's going to bring you a great deal of happiness. Again, you weren't that happy before. Now you're moving away. You're moving into something that's going to bring you greater joy. And then we have the Fool card. And so these are also, aces in the tarot are blessings. Aces are yes cards. And then you have this brand new beginning with the Fool. So new beginnings, new beginnings, new beginnings. That's what came out on your tower card. So, is that terrible? No, of course it isn't. It's a brand new start. It's the Fool is the beginner. It's the beginning card it's the 0 card of the Major Arcana. And the Fool starts off in his journey, very, sort of very optimistic and kind of taking a leap of faith, trusting that the universe has his back and trusting that everything will work out. So I think that, again, with this Ace of Swords, clarity, King of Swords, as you appearing as a King of Swords, I really do think it's, how this clarity of mind, and this rational mind and how you view the situation, that's what's going to get you through it. And it's, new beginnings coming in with this. Okay. Now your hopes and fears, you're hoping we have for the Knight of Cups. Now the Knight of Cups, yes, it could be an actual person. If so, this would be typically a middle-aged water sign individual, Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer. And, he is the knight in shining armor. You can see that he is coming in here he has his horse, he's carrying the Holy Grail, right? He's bringing in this new offering of love. Knights, they bring in things, right? The pages, usually they bring news. Knights, they're usually bringing in, they're offering something, or they're coming in like this Knight of Swords sort of charging in, and he has a sword. He's coming in to kind of take on whatever battle he needs to take on here. And so this is, it could be a new offering of love coming in. You could be dealing with this water sign individual. They could be playing a significant role in your life. In this position is that your hopes and fears, it could be you hoping for this, it could be a new offering of love. This could be, if it's not love, it's a new offering that, could bring you great joy, happiness. And, this is a very caring person. He's very, very emotional, but he's very loving. So this could be, your hope for maybe all of these new things. You're hoping for happiness. You're hoping for this, love and joy on this new beginning. And as you leave the month, you have the Hermit card, Major Arcana number 9, the Hermit. So this is a card of, withdrawing, a card of introspection. It's also a card of kind of seeking you know, like that knowledge, sort of self-knowledge, but also spiritual knowledge. It can be kind of withdrawing to, as you figure something out. You can see that the Hermit is carrying here the light. So there is this light, even though, things might seem a little unclear, unsure, which, if this is a new beginning, I mean, that is kind of normal, right? For you to have this moment to say, okay, well, and now what? Then we kind of think, now what on this next phase, that I'm heading into. But, it's okay, because this is a spiritual guidance. This is, it's a major arcana, so divine orchestration at play. There's nothing for you to worry about. You have the Chariot card, you have victory. The center of your reading is victory. And again, this very, clear thought, clarity of mind, whatever it is that you're dealing with, heading out of one thing into something that's better for you, possibly with this job. And this could be, celebrating this celebration of a new job even. And then you have with the, the Ace of Swords as the overall energy. I mean, again, card of victory, card of new beginnings. And this is divine. It's a blessing. The Ace of Swords is sort of the universe extending this brand new offer to you. And it's, it's clarity of mind. It's sometimes the Ace of Swords is when it's, it's kind of like that aha moment, something finally makes sense, or you finally, if things have been a little confusing, it's like something happens and all of a sudden, it's like, oh, I get it, I understand and I see where I'm heading and I see the light here, and it's very positive. It's a new beginning card, and it's a card of victory. So, and you have that again with the Chariot here, and then you had it again with the two aces and the new beginning on the Tower card. So, a lot of very powerful energy you have coming in for this month of August. So let me show you your two oracle cards. From the Sacred Traveler deck, you have Transformation. A fresh new way of living emerges. Well, that ties in very well with your reading. And from the Soulful Woman deck, card number 34, True Worth. My true worth is intrinsic and shines from my inner being like a sacred jewel of love and compassion. Okay, and let me find my guidebooks, and I will read you the full meaning for the two cards. So first of all, the Transformation card. This card says, here we go. You are in a time of huge transformation. Old beliefs, ideas, and decisions about who you are and what you deserve in life are dropping away, replaced by incredible vitality and new pathways. Soon you will be experiencing the world in a fresh new way. The Sacred Traveler wants you to know, the journey transforms the traveler. When the traveler arrives at the destination, the traveler is no longer the same person who started out. Even if there are some areas that may be murky or unsettled in your life, don't be concerned. This is the confusion that often appears before the rebirth. Like the phoenix that arises majestically from the ashes, a big change in your life is at hand. Don't hold on to old ways of viewing the world and limited ways of thinking. Be willing to see the world with fresh new eyes. Changes are afoot, and it's all so very good. And I think that ties in perfectly with what I was saying about this Hermit card, because I get that, there is this sort of kind of, fear with the Hermit card at what lies ahead, and is this right for me? I'm leaving something behind with the Six of Swords, and I can't kind of see where I'm going from here. But, it's what I was saying with this, the Fool card over here, and then this Ace of Swords. It's, you're having this, maybe it is a new way of thinking. Maybe you're being asked to view things differently, have this, open your eyes in order to sort of see your way down this new path. But it's all very, very positive. Okay. Let me look at card number 34. This card says, my true worth is like an exquisite jewel that resides at the center of my heart. Its essence is compassion and love. As I hold my hands over my heart, I am reminded of this essence. I know my worth is not dependent on who I think I am, who I should be, what I do or have. It is not dependent on what others think of me. It is unaffected by the ups and downs of everyday life. It is beyond success or failure. My simple worth is. It is an essential part of my being that I was born with. It is my inner light and life force. No one can define my worth. My worth is beyond measurement, beyond question, beyond doubt. If there is an old belief inside of me that says I am unworthy, I release it now and let it go. Yeah, so, let go of that. Let go whatever this past, that no longer serves you. Let go of that. You're heading into these calmer waters, beautiful new beginnings for you. So let go of any of these, feelings of self-doubt. Know your true worth here and, embrace this transformation. It looks like it's going to be a very powerful month for you. So I do hope that these messages have helped you. I thank you for joining me today. I look forward to reading for you again, and just know that I'm sending you much peace, love, and light for a wonderful month of August. Bye for now.